Two of the most asked questions applicants want answered while job searching is what is the pay and how many hours would I work? These are important questions for an hourly job because if you know both of those things, you can pretty accurately estimate what your paychecks will look like. One of the downsides about hourly pay is that income as well as flexibility of your schedule only rise with seniority. This makes the end goal not hard work, but longevity and surviving in the workplace. At a certain point, you run into a plethora of frustrations. One being feeling like you should get a different job, but not wanting to give up that longevity that you worked so long to acquire. So you consider getting a job in sales, where instead of trading time for money, you trade hard work for money. And you probably found an application for vector marketing, but then you saw someone like this.
Oh my gosh, don't do it. Like, it's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme.
Oh, and now you're really confused. We call these people herd-its. They're people who have heard about vector marketing and made assumptions about different parts of the business, whether it's how we actually conduct business.
Besides going out door to door selling knives, and that's what they're gonna have you do. They're gonna have you selling butcher knives out the trunk of your car.
Or how the pay works.
You're gonna think it's $14.50 an hour, and the way they display it to you is $14.50 an hour.
Or something else.
You have to end up paying for IRS or something.
Here's the most confusing thing of all. Those people making those 12-minute long videos wanting to warn you about vector marketing, they never even worked for the company. And most of them didn't even show up to an interview.
Your interview is scheduled at this time that you picked, and I'm obviously not gonna do it.
But who do you really think will get you the right information? A bunch of herd-its on YouTube or the actual company? Now, if you have an interview scheduled or you're thinking about scheduling one, you're probably watching this because you don't know much about the company, right? Which is fair, but you've probably applied to a lot of jobs and not known much about the company. We're just the only ones that responded to your application. Your experience is pretty similar to Joshua's.
Hey everybody, my name is Joshua. I'm a business major at Texas Tech University. I sold $10,000 in Cutco in my first 2 weeks with vector marketing.
Despite having other work experience and going to a great university, he hadn't heard back about any of the other positions he applied for.
I didn't have any other opportunities at the time. I applied to a bunch of jobs in Indeed, but never heard back from any managers or anything like that. So when I got a response back from my manager now really quickly after I applied, that was really exciting for me. And I decided to give sales a try because I thought I'd be good at it. I had nothing to lose, so I thought it was worth a try.
Joshua was also a little skeptical because he had never heard of the company before. But after he went to the interview, he had all of his questions answered, which is almost always the case with our applicants.
So I almost didn't try it out. I almost didn't apply because I'd never heard of it before and it sounded a little too good to be true. But I went into my interview with an open mindset. I have nothing to lose. And so I had a great interview, learned a lot, and was really excited to start.
One thing that Joshua learned was the concept of outcome income and being paid based on results versus based on time worked.
But then I quickly found out in my interview that I could make a lot more through commission, which I was super excited about. Got a lot of answers about the company and the product as well answered in my interview, which was really nice.
Working and getting paid based on results can be daunting, which is why most people prefer time-based income. What's cool with how vector marketing sales reps are paid is that there's a guaranteed amount that they'll be paid for each appointment, whether they make a sale or not. The goal is to hone your skills, investing time to improve and learn. It's like studying for an exam. You're not graded on the amount of hours that you study. You're graded on how much you can learn before that exam day comes. Outcome income demands more autonomy and self-direction, which is why it's not for lazy people. You set the schedule and goals, and this flexibility allows for an on-demand income, but also requires personal drive, which not everyone has. You might not think that's you, but many people surprise themselves when they fully commit to something. There is a man you may or may not have heard of, Shakespeare. Dumb. You know, Shakespeare once wrote, "Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." I'm not saying that an outcome income-based job is for everyone, okay? It's not. And it might not be for you, but don't listen to me. Definitely don't listen to the herd-its. Go do your thing, try it like Joshua did, and see for yourself.